I am Councilman Steve Hockaday, Council President of the Plainfield Municipal Council, here with the Honorable Adrian Mapp, Mayor of the City of Plainfield. Here in unprecedented times during a global pandemic, almost biblical proportions, at least in terms of the precaution that we're taking worldwide. We are just coming to you out of abundance of caution, out of concern of the health and safety of all Plainfielders and beyond, to do what we can to flatten the curve, to stop this virus in its tracks. But it's going to take the participation of everyone in order for that to happen. From each person in their own individual homes to the governmental authorities, we're doing our best to make sure that we flatten this curve. So one of the main things that we're doing as far as City Hall is we've completely shut down City Hall, at least in terms of being open to the public, but there are still essential city functions occurring. So I've had many realtors actually come up to me or call me and ask whether or not they'll continue to transact business. And we will have opportunities for real estate transactions to continue, but there will be no internal property inspections conducted for the duration of the governor's executive order, and also for long as the social distancing recommendations stay in place. So if you need to transact business, such as submit a check or any paperwork for permits to City Hall or a check for taxes, you can drop those off with the police officer who's located right in the atrium of City Hall, where there are clearly identified boxes based on the department that you need to get your paperwork or check to, and our city workers will receive it from there. Taxes can also be paid online via ACH on the City of Plainfield's website. And also for these temporary emergency measures to be handed out, as I indicated before, City Hall will be closed to the public, but the city workers are available and on staff working on a modified schedule to prevent the spread of this horrible virus that is plaguing all of us. Social distancing is so incredibly important. Even here in the office, the mayor and myself make sure we keep a certain distance from each other because this is a virus that especially those who are healthy could be carrying the virus unwittingly and spread it to another. So for the young folks out there that feel fine, still make sure that you are practicing social distancing, because we want to make sure that we don't infect grandma or papa, who would be especially susceptible to the virus if they were to contract it, even though young folks may be able to carry it and still be healthy and carry on regular life, but not know that they're actually carrying this virus. So we want to make sure that we practice that, to not burden the healthcare system, to not burden the hospitals with a lot of cases. All right. So, I thank you, and I'd like to actually hear from Mayor Mapp regarding some of the developments that you know of, and to share with the residents what you know, and so forth.
Well, thank you, Councilman Hockaday, for joining me this evening for this update on the COVID-19 situation and our experience here in the city of Plainfield. I don't have to say to you that these are some very troubling times, and we have to do all that we can to adapt and to change behavior in order to deal with this crisis. We all have a chance to be heroes, and we can do that by simply staying at home. There are now 6 confirmed cases in Plainfield, and we are following the Department of Health and the Centers for Disease Control guidelines. We're also following the quarantine protocols that must be put in place. We're doing everything to prevent the spread of the virus. We need to be more vigilant than we've ever been before. We have put out a resource guide as recently as this past Wednesday to provide some very useful information on how to get free Wi-Fi, how to file for unemployment, and other useful pieces of information. We will continue to release additional resources to the community as they become available. We are not alone in Plainfield. People worldwide are experiencing the same problems. We must come together and fight against the spread by implementing social distancing without exception. We have some special people that we need to thank. People that are making a difference each and every day in our city. People like our first responders who are running the risk of exposure to the virus. Our healthcare workers working around the clock and also endangering themselves and possibly their families. We owe it to them to do everything we can to stop the spread of the virus. We are at this moment a global nation. May God bless and keep you and your family safe. May God bless the city of Plainfield and these United States as we continue to battle this virus, which is like nothing that we have seen before. I ask all Plainfielders to come together as one, and we must be patient and calm in the eye of the COVID-19 storm. Thank you, and God bless.